Welcome. And today we're going to talk about Lamborghini. I love Lamborghinis, by the way. I just wanted to make that point known. Then I'm going to show you some models and then I'm going to show you my dream car. This is the website, by the way. Lamborghini models. Aventador. Huracan. Urus. And then you got the limited series, the Countach, Cyan Roadster, the Concept, Terzo Miliano, Esterion, and etiquette. I want to say it's etiquette. I don't know if that's correct. I might be saying that wrong. But my dream car is the Huracan. And of course, you have the Technica, STO, Evo Spider, Evo R. Mine was the original that one of the originals that came out, which was just Huracan. It didn't have Evo attached to it or anything like that. It was just Huracan when it first came out. Of course, the models have changed over time. They branched out to Evo, SDO, Technica, and Sterado. We're gonna check out the Huracan Technica. To me, um, I don't really see much of a difference. Um, and I think to me, more of the difference is probably like the torque, speed, because well, no, because what the original Lamborghini Huracan, the way the screen was made versus the way the screen is made now, which makes more sense the way it's made now. Reality why I like Lamborghini so much is because of the hexagon design that really catch my eye. I don't like it because other people like it. It just when I first saw Lamborghinis before they got into all the crazy models, because my favorite model was the Diablo, and then second was the Countach. And these are older models, but as time grew on, my interest in Lamborghinis grew as well with the design that they came out with. I like this one, and then let's see if we can go back to let's see. I have to go out of this and go back again. This one. This one's nice. It's nice and I like that color. I don't know what's if that is that tan. I don't know. I don't know what color that is. I don't know. But anyway, I love me some Lamborghinis. But reality, my when I was a kid, the car that I wanted was a van. You can ask anyone. You can ask anyone in my family what type of car I wanted when I grew up, and it would be a van. I do not even own a van, but that is still one of the cars that I would still like to own. I don't know what was my fascination about vans, but for some reason, when someone asked me that question, the answer was vans. I want a van when I become an adult. I don't know why I wanted a van. No, because I don't have any kids, and most people were buying vans because they had children. But I was fascinated by vans. I don't know why. I'm not obsessed with it as I was when I was a kid, but that was like my go-to vehicle for some reason. I don't know. But as I aged, my love of vehicles grew from basic functional vehicles to supercars. And I understand there is no real value in owning a supercar because like basically you have to be, I wouldn't even say a millionaire. I would say making at least 350 million to even wanted to think about getting a car like this. And the reason why I say that is because of the maintenance fees to keep it functioning the way it's supposed to function. And then I think about, well, since I don't, because I don't live near a dealership, I think the closest one would be probably, I would say, in Texas or maybe in Atlanta, because I live in Georgia. But I would say I probably would take it to somewhere like Texas if I were to get in maintenance. Or I could teach myself how to run maintenance on my own vehicle, which probably does make more sense. But since I don't know the full specs of a Lamborghini, it doesn't make sense for me to do my own. I mean, I could, and what gets me is that if I put it this way, I could hire somebody to personally check out my vehicle for me, but they would have to know the ins and out of a Lamborghini for me to do that. Meaning, like I would have my own personal maintenance person that does just does complete maintenance on my vehicles. But since I'm not, since I'm kind of cheap and have an expensive taste at the same time, I think it makes more sense if I were to own a Lamborghini to take it to a Lamborghini dealership and let them run diagnostics and all the maintenance on the vehicle for me. Although I would prefer to be staring at them as they're doing to make sure they're doing justice to my vehicle that I plan on owning one day. I have not given up on this dream of owning a Lamborghini. I'm just fascinated by it. It's like looking at a big old giant toy car, even though it's a real vehicle that costs real money. And it seems like they like they go up in price. We're just gonna we're gonna do a let's see. We're gonna do the Evo because I was fascinated with the Evo before I became fascinated with the other vehicles they got of Lamborghini. And at one time I did want an Aventador, but I was like, they want too much money for an Aventador. I'm like, it's like a, because I'm like I look at it like this. It's like a even cooler model of a Huracan, but like the Huracan is the only vehicle that doors that no, it's not. Let me take that back. It's not the only vehicle that's doors that opens normally because it's a but or is it? It's been a minute since I looked at the specs of the different Lamborghinis. But what is weird about it is that it looks like one of those cars where it looks like the doors would go up, but they go out like like a regular car, which is kind of odd to me. I mean, you could customize it to go up, but at the same time, like I don't want to be a part of that group that just takes something so already spectacular and just customize it to do that because I feel like a lot of people were doing that. And then, of course, with Lamborghini, people are customizing the exhaust. I'm like, this thing is already naturally going fast. Why are you customizing like? And I know that they were doing it to kind of stand out, but at the same time, I was like, technically, when the car costs less versus being in a natural form that it was in when you bought it, I'm like, I like custom vehicles, but I felt like well, this is from my perspective anyway. I felt like there is no real reason to really customize it other than to stand out and be extra. And I'm like, the cars are depending on how it looks, the car is already extra by itself. You're gonna get people looking at you because they're not used to seeing something like that every day. And where I live, every now and then you will see specialty cars, but it wouldn't be like but my where I live is not concentrated with just supercars, seeing supercars all the time or seeing fancy sports cars. I'm like you see the regular normal cars like Mustangs, Camaros, all the pretty much all the all the Dodge vehicles. Um but Lamborghini is I would say the top is number 1 on my list of cars I would like to own. And I used to say, I'm like, maybe I should lease it. I was like, lease it. I'm like, if I lease it, I feel like that's gonna hurt me more than to actually own it because by itself, like I would say, the baseline is like $350,000 for the car. So if I'm leasing this thing, I'm basically making payments on it like I'm living in an apartment building, which makes no sense to me. But that's how I see it. I mean, other people may think differently of this vehicle like that, but then I used to watch videos about people when they take home their vehicle and they would be like, "This is my daily driver." You know good and well you ain't driving that vehicle every day. And it would have been nice to see that a lot of people were driving these around every single day, but I don't even think that that was the whole point of when they built these cars. I mean, they make it seem like people drive these cars every day, but the reality of it, when I was watching these type of different type of Lamborghini videos, it turns out these people were not driving these vehicles every single day like they claimed they were. So I was like, it's a toy that you take. It's like a toy that you take out every now and then to show off that you got something expensive, but it's not healthy in a sense of driving it every day because it wasn't necessarily built like that. To me, I feel like Lamborghinis, the more updated they become in design and price, I feel like this is more like track type situation. Cars, you take the car on the track to show how fast you're going. I'm like, I would never, and I'm serious. Although I'm like, even though I drive already, like I'm driving a Lamborghini, I call my car like it's the baby Lamborghini. But at the same time, I got sense enough though. If I ever own, not if, but when I get my Lamborghini, I'll probably be driving it every single day, but I will not be driving it like I don't lost my mind. I'll be driving it like I got some sense. Because what gets me is that um driving what 45 miles per hour or 35 miles per hour will seem very fast in a Lamborghini all by itself. So it really doesn't make sense to break the laws as I'm driving my vehicle that I plan on buying one day, very soon. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I don't understand why people be like, man, I'm a play with the cops and just outdrive them. I'm like, and what I never understood about people when they do that is that um what if, and this is just an idea I'm throwing out there. What if the cops decide they want to create, or what if they already have a specialty computer, or when they decide to create a specialty cop car that could literally scan your car and grab the license plate, or they had some type of technology where they could grab your facial features from the car just by grabbing a quick scan of your vehicle. I'm like, they could get like that one day. So, not to say that they may have even started on that technology or may have that technology. You never know. And people make it seem like, well, if I customize my car and get my windows blacked out, I'm like, what if they had the software to penetrate through that? Then what? It is nice to own something as special as this, but at the same time, when you become reckless with something so special, I mean, like, what did you just put all your money into? Because at the same time, like, I never understood people who buy expensive things, but a lot of people, when they buy expensive stuff like this, they pay for it in cash or with the cashier check. Either way, you're using your actual cash to buy something like this so expensive, and then you turn out to be extremely reckless but get mad. Reality of it, you can't get mad. You made an extreme purchase. Because what gets me is that when majority of the time when these type of cars get totaled, most people like basically throw them away. Like, hey, I'm just gonna take what's left off, and well, like I just and then I've seen those videos where people have had actually abandoned their supercars And these cars being in the majority of the time, these cars be intact, but they abandon these cars. I'm like, yeah, they don't care. They make a lot of money. They don't care. But I'm like, that's a lot of money you wasted. Here's to say with that, I'm just saying that if when I gotta stop saying if, but when I own a Lamborghini, I will take my time and making sure that I'm keeping safe on the road for myself and others. But at the same time, I'm like, it will not be my daily driver. And it will not be my daily driver because I don't have time for people to keep constantly staring at my vehicle and then looking at me like, you want to race? I'm like, no, I don't want to race you. And if you try to race me, you go get arrested because I'm not for the foolishness. Like, I don't know why people like. It's like when people see something expensive on the road, they just lose all sense of understanding. It's like common sense went out the window when they see something nice pull up beside them. And then they ask you questions like, "Well, how can you afford that?" I'm like, "Hard work, concentration, focus on what I'm doing, and also I wasn't consumed by money. Is how I can afford that." Is basically what I would say if I when I owned my vehicle. I'm not giving you specifics. I'm like, I was like, and I don't mean and I don't mean to be funny when I say this, but I'm like, how long have you been on this earth? How long did you know these cars exist? I like people in reality. People look at these cars like, man, how are you affording this? And then I'm like, same time, like, well, it kind of wakes, and I look at it this way, it kind of wakes people's minds up to see that, yeah, these cars actually exist. You will 9 out of 10, you will see at least 10 of these type of cars on the road if you travel. If you travel, you'll see these cars exist. You'll see that everyday people can afford these cars if they put the hard work into obtaining one. But this is not a daily driver vehicle. This is it's like driving art on the street because art is not cheap. Art is not cheap. Um, we're gonna go into configuration mode right quick to configure one of these. Takes you into a whole new tab, and then you got the base offer. Does it offer? I don't think it offers anything else. It just says it's the Aircon Evo base offer. Bianco Monoceros. Bianco Monoceros. It says fuel consumption values of all vehicles promoted on this page. Fuel consumption combined 15 miles per gallon. Huh? Like my car gets way more than that. That lets you know that if you drive this car every day, you wasting gas. You wasting gas money like that. But for me, if I were to drive it every day, I wouldn't be wasting gas money. And the reason why, because I don't go all over the place like that. Like people who be driving a car, take this type of car on road trips and stuff, yeah, you gonna be wasting gas money. Be like, but I look good though. Yeah, you do. You look good. Driving that car everywhere. Yeah, I know I'm using configuration settings from the USA. I live in the USA. Computer be telling me stuff I already know. So this is the exterior. Spin it around, spin it around, spin it around, spin it around. Stuff. And this is the paint, the base offer. And these are the different packages and stuff. And I could add these things to there, but I don't want to. Then you got your rims. You can change your rims out. These are the basic rims that come on this vehicle. Forge 20s. That's it. Well, looks good in black. Looks good in silver. Oh, that looks good. I like that. Hmm. 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 Mm-mm. Yes. Yes. That looks good. We're gonna go with that one. Yeah, the cap silver, black, yellow, green, red. We're gonna go back to black. Cause it just looked too bright. It looked too bright with that blue. I'm like, if they had like a darker blue or something. They even look good in red, but we're gonna stick to the black. And then you got your top view. You can have that on there, or you can take it off, and then it's exposed. We're gonna leave that on there. Looks better like that. And you can add these little skirts, is what I call them on there. Like the bot, you can add a body to it to give it, I guess, to give it extra coverage. But to me, I'm like, it sits low anyway, so it's going to scrape. It's going to scrape. But if you know how to drive, really drive it, it's not going to scrape. Let's go to the interior. We about to take a look inside. It's basic, basic and bougie, basic and bougie at the same time. Cause I'm like, reality of it. Lots of people when they get these cars, they go in full on customization on the seats. You got your special trimming. We're not gonna add no special trimming, by the way. Do not apply. Do not apply. Take a look. I'm just gonna show you guys the floor mats. If it takes it, it's supposed to take you there. Taking its precious time. All right. Steering wheel. It's got stitching on it. Let's see. Got the suede. I'm gonna do Alcantara. I like Alcantara. To me, I think Alcantara is better than that leather, because when leather touches and heat contact, it be burning. Not a good feeling. Seat belts. Got that fully electric basic seats, man. These were the bucket racing seats. These uncomfortable seats people be talking about. We're not getting those. But seriously though, if I were to get a Lamborghini though, in this caliber of design, basically my Lamborghini will look basic on the inside unless I decide to go with Alcantara seats if they offered that as a package. But if they didn't, I'd be alright. Evo trim, sportive. See, yeah, there you go. That Alcantara, and I would go with this because I do not like bright stuff. No, I'm going with the basic because I don't do all that extra. Now I would add like blue because blue is my favorite color, so I would add blue stitching in there. But I'm like, I ain't for the extraness when it comes to seats and stuff. I wonder, do Lamborghini still come with CD players? And what's so crazy about Lamborghinis though, when they came with CD players, the CD player was not in the center console. It was like that little that little back pleat back like not the back seat, but in between the two seats. That's where the CD players sat. And I was like, this is weird. And I was like, I know that um in the earlier days when they were creating when they like the 2000 models, early 2000 models, they had CD players, and I was like, this don't make no sense because it's so awkward sitting in that spot. But then I think about regular cars, and in most cars in the early 2000s, the CD player sat in the trunk. So I also thought that that was weird. Now, like, I think it was a 5 disc changer or something like that, or like in the older, like I say late 90s, early 2000 models, where they had this little cassette that you could put into the car. Dang, was it the cassette you could put into the car? And I think it was like like almost like a converter for CD players or something like that, which I also thought was weird. But that was the evolve design of how cars work when it came to entertainment. And these are the different packages you can add on. We're not adding any. I just want to show you guys, like, they got the maintenance package for like 5 years, whatnot, stuff like that. They're different type of packages and stuff. But we're not doing that. We're just showing you guys if I wear them. Like now, I can go in a depth, detail type situation of when I want to really design my car because when I really design it, it's not gonna look basic like this. But this is just if I go through it and do a full design, this is what it would kind of look like if I would. This is just a basic version of the design. But if I wanted to really customize it, I wouldn't even be talking in this mic. I would just be showing you what I'm doing and have music playing in the background of me customizing and showing you the final finishing of the car. But this is all I want to show you guys. Have a good night, morning, evening, daytime, side time.